Welcome to the Pinup Chef. I'm your host, Amanda Blackwood. Do you remember when home-cooked meals were such a big deal? Families used to gather around the table and talk about their day. We've kind of gotten away from that in the last few years. So join me as we go back to our roots and learn to cook some wonderful meals that are sure to please the whole family. Today in the kitchen, we're actually going to be cooking some chicken piccata. Our basic ingredients are already laid out here on the table, and as you get a closer look at what it is that we're going to be making, I'm going to tell you exactly how much of each we're going to need. You'll need 2 lemons, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 stick of butter, 1 medium onion, a sweet onion, 8 chicken breasts, capers, artichoke hearts, white wine, and olive oil. So of course when you're dicing your onion, you want to make sure that it's the appropriate size. But what is the appropriate size when you're dicing onions? There are so many different rules and thoughts on this exact subject, but honestly, it's all up to you. It's whatever you're comfortable with. So if you're not comfortable doing extremely small pieces, don't worry about it. So to prepare the chicken, you have to fillet, which is the long cut through the body of the chicken, and then we're going to cut it in half. So we're going to make 4 pieces out of the one. So whenever you're doing this dish, I would suggest salting and peppering the chicken. You know, chicken itself does not come seasoned, so you're going to want to take care of that part. You lay all the chicken pieces as much as you can out flat, sprinkle it with salt and pepper, turn it, sprinkle it with salt and pepper again, and then you're ready to get started on browning the chicken. So the rest of the prep work for this dish is actually quite simple. First, keep your olive oil handy, but also make sure that you take the time to mince your garlic. Some people prefer to crush it first. It does tend to release a lot of flavor when you do so, but again, just like dicing the onions, it's entirely up to you and what you're comfortable with. We also made sure that we took the time to halve or quarter the artichoke hearts, even though they came from the jar. And they were only in water, not in oil. That is important when you're buying your artichoke hearts. You're going to season them. You don't need somebody else to do it for you. Well guys, at this point we've got pretty much all of our prep work done and we're about ready to head to the stove. Join me over there at the fires and we'll get things really cooking. Couple tablespoons of olive oil. Let that heat in the skillet. Your diced onions. Add your minced garlic at this point, now that the onions are starting to become a little bit of translucent. You want to save the onions off to the side while you continue the rest of the dish. Brown the chicken on either side until it looks completely done. When it is finished, you remove the chicken and put it back on your plate. You'll need about 3 cups of white wine for this recipe. You want to add that directly to the skillet. Then you add your butter. Let that begin to melt. Slice your lemons in half. Pick out as many seeds as possible using a fork. And you want to use all of that lemon juice in your recipe. When you're finished squeezing them, put the rind of 1 lemon in the bowl. Add your capers and your artichoke hearts. Then add your onions back into the mixture. And finally, your chicken breast. Mix the entire recipe together and simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. And next thing you know, you have a delicious meal ready. Thanks for joining us this time. Be sure to tune in next time as we explore more wonderful recipes, sure to please the whole family. Once again, the Pinup Chef. I'm your host, Amanda Blackwood. We'll see you next time.